Okay, so I got my new Sinclair ZX Spectrum Plus that I imported from England. There's a lot of things online about. There's not a lot of things online about using one of these guys in the United States. The main video I could find is a video by the YouTuber LGR that shows very complicated how he got a regular ZX Spectrum 48K working in the United States using voltage converters and scan converters and all kinds of stuff, step down, step up power, PAL converter and stuff. You don't need to do that. This is Spectrum Plus, which is the same as the 48K Spectrum. It's a different case and keyboard. What I've done is I've made a very simple modification. The composite video output. It's very simple. You cut 3 wires and solder 2. This is very well documented online. The RF modulator in here, the main board video chip ULA produces a perfectly good PAL composite signal, which is then modulated by an RF modulator to British TV channel. Of course, American TVs don't do British TV channels, and American TVs don't do RF anymore. Nobody's TVs do. But by clipping the power line and signal line and the connection to the composite socket on the back, and then connecting the main board video output straight to the pin in the composite socket, the ZX Spectrum will happily put out a well-formed PAL composite signal. It's not an NTSC signal. These days, that's not an insurmountable challenge, as a lot of LCD TVs nowadays will accept a PAL signal on their composite jack, if they still even have a composite jack. My LCD TV downstairs, does not accept a PAL signal. It pops up in unrecognized mode. I haven't tried. I have 2 other TVs in the house that I haven't tried them. It doesn't matter because I have this. And this is a multi-system studio monitor, CRT, from back in the day. This monitor is actually newer than the Spectrum by a fair bit. This monitor is from about 1999, whereas this guy is from 1984. So very easily, I've hooked him straight into the multi-system monitor. I set the mode to PAL, and voila! Beautiful. 2 wires, power, composite. Oh yeah, that power thing. You don't need the original Sinclair power supply. That is a 9-volt center negative DC socket. Just about every video game console except for the original NES, Sega Genesis, the original Super Nintendo, a lot of other consoles need 9-volt center negative power supplies. I happen to just buy from eBay a power supply that was being sold as a Spectrum power supply. It's a 9-volt 2-amp center negative DC power supply. It's a plain old, good old-fashioned American power supply. You hook it to the TV, and then the flicker on the camera is the sync. The TV picture looks good. So we get the keyboard. Let's do the traditional 10 print. Hello, world. And I have no idea where the exclamation point on this thing is. So we'll, oh yeah, there it is. Symbol shift 1. And then close the quote, enter 20, go to 10, enter, and forgot the keys, run, and boink, hello, worked, break, boop, boing, and there we go. Thing of beauty. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward. ZX Spectrum working in the United States with no problems. You don't have a TV that'll take a PAL input, then you got problems. But most LCD TVs apparently do take PAL inputs, at least the better ones, or the Chinese ones. They can't be bothered to change out the circuitry. So there you go. Beautiful. Okay, so just to follow up, I went and I tied the ZX Spectrum on my son's El Cheapo Mystery Meat Westinghouse brand TV, and as you can see, it gleefully takes the PAL signal. You get color, make sure border 2 colors work fine, all is good. So one modern TV and one ancient TV, and we have a working Spectrum in the United States with 2 wires going into it. Now all we need to do is get the damn cassette tape player working and hope those 30-something-year-old tapes work.